Welcome back to the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything wrestling. Hey, man, welcome to our 2-hour live, premium live event, man.
That PLP, Premium Live Podcast,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live in Houston, Texas. Exception Podcast Studios. And it's about to go down. I am Mikey Facts.
It's your boy Zillow Smoke.
Hey, yo, you already know what time it is, man. It's the Beige Bomber, the Pinnacle Messiah, your boy Corey Jared in the building.
Professor OG Slack right here, trying to give you all little nuggets of knowledge. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram, check us out on TikTok, YouTube. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share. Represent.
Dynamite TV, y'all know what time it is, Guru Dynamite. Don't watch me, watch Dynamite TV.
Yes.
Longest ride.
Longest ride.
Little flip.
Woo, woo. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
Special guest in the building.
Special guest in the building. Hey, guess what? Don't forget to vote early.
Vote often.
Vote Abel Andrew Jackson. The face
of professional wrestling.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys having me in today.
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you, man. We
definitely appreciate you. And don't forget, when you down with the PWO, you're down for life.
Oh.
Yes, sir, man. Welcome to the show, man. We really appreciate it, man. So, been a fan of yours since 2016 when I first heard you. Seen you on the show on a reality of wrestling, and had to do my homework, man. I had to do my homework about you, man. I had to say, man, let me see what this guy about, man. He cutting up all over, everywhere, campaigning, doing this thing. Let me see something about him. So, tell us about yourself, man. Tell us a little something.
Okay, before I start that, are all you guys registered?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're registered. We need the votes. We need the votes.
You know we registered.
Swing that bad boy.
First in line.
Absolutely.
First in line.
That's right. That's what we need, because we need our voice heard.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Campaigning.
Yes, sir. Campaigning.
I like this already. I like this thought already.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, man, what got you into the wrestling business? Because I know it's a lot of us, we want to do it and everything like that, but what really motivated you to actually jump into it?
Well, I'll make a long story short. I'll try. Okay, because as politicians, we like to talk. As wrestlers, we like to talk.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family, baby boy, 5 boys.
Okay.
My dad was 6'4", 300 pounds. He wrestled years before I was ever born. So we grew up watching wrestling, loving wrestling. And one day, I never thought I could be a wrestler. And just one day, I literally prayed for like 2 years straight. I prayed. I don't know where everybody's faith at, but I'm a prayer. I prayed, and one day I just woke up and said, I want to be a wrestler. I literally just sat up in my bed and said, I want to be a wrestler. And I just, as quick as I sat up, I just laid back. I was like, I can't do that. And then all of a sudden, stuff just popping up in my way. Doors start opening, things start happening, and I'm here.
Almost like a calling.
Awesome.
Almost like a calling.
Almost like a calling. Yeah. And I've been trying to run away from it, and I can't.
Keeps pulling you back.
Keeps pulling me back, man.
Okay, so like you told us about about that. Let's start off with the going to wrestling school. How was your first day in there? Was you nervous?
Okay, so I did martial arts when I was younger. I studied Muay Thai, I studied Kimpo, and I studied a couple other different styles like Chin Na.
Okay.
And because I was the runt of the family. Okay. Like my other brother, I got one brother did boxing, I had another one football, another one like Olympics and stuff, and they was all bigger than me. Yeah, I was the runt, so I got put into martial arts.
Okay.
And so when I went to my first wrestling school, which was TSAW, Texas All-Star Wrestling, Big Bob Murphy.
Yeah.
It was in Humble, little bitty, in the back of the bingo hall, little bitty room. I was excited, man. I was excited. I walked into this freaking little bitty shack. But most wrestlers that have the privilege to walk into those little shacks, because it was a privilege. It changed my life. That day, a guy, Sean Hernandez, was the head trainer.
Okay.
Supermax.
Okay.
Hernandez, Supermax.
His first name was
Used to be part of LAX and all that. So he was my first trainer.
Oh, okay.
So
from
yes, the first day I came in, I started. He had me doing like everything like out the gate because I kind of took to
saw
it.
him, right?
Yeah, and I seen what he did to some of the other people who screwed up.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Speaking of that, like the stuff we did back then, they would call like hazing today.
Okay.
I took it as a privilege. Like, once you got in and before you actually got like your first match, once you got everything good, once you got in, you had to get chopped in.
Yeah.
And the night I got chopped in, it was like 30 guys, 30-something guys.
30 guys a chop. How many chops in between?
No, they get one chop. One chop.
They all won.
But it was, you had some guys that were cool. You had some guys that was, big douchey, but at the end of the day, it was beautiful to me.
Yeah.
We literally stopped it because this one guy came in and we started chopping him in, and he called the cops.
Oh man.
He called the cops. Wow. It was like, they're hazing me and they're beating me up, and I was like, okay, well,
It's not going to last for him very long.
Hello, I just got chopped.
Yeah. Now, one thing I could say, before I got into wrestling, when I started looking at it, and right before I got into it, I thought the ring was soft. I thought it was like a big trampoline, like with a little bitty, Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I was spitting up black blood because of internal bleeding for like a month and a half.
Because you're not really expecting it to be like
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And I was just boom, boom, boom. I was taking it. And I was going over and above, and I was always the first one to jump in. And, I'll try it. Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Have you ever taken a bump that you wish you never took volunteering?
Oh, yeah.
Probably quite a few. Probably quite a few.
Taking either a spine buster or a Alabama slam.
That's the one.
And not tucking your head
That whiplash.
completely good, or they slam you so hard that you still go anyway. Yeah.
Not a good time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You want to know the softest bump I ever took?
What's that?
Superplex.
Really?
Wait.
Which is, it's crazy.
How?
I can see why.
You can see why?
If you landed flat.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? I mean, it hurts still.
Yeah,
but it's because both of you are hitting at the same time.
The balance impact.
It absorbs.
It balances.
And the first time I ever took one was from this guy named Bobby Too Bad, and we're wrestling, and he put me up on the ropes, and I'm looking like, okay, what's going on? And like back then, they just, Bobby Too Bad was an old school guy, so you just
go with the flow.
Shut up and listen, kid. And you get kind of beat up a little bit. So I'm like, I'm still green, so I'm happy I'm getting beat up by Bobby Too Bad. You know what I mean? It's that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there and I'm getting beat up by him, and he gets me up, and I kind of see where we're going, and I'm like,
Wait.
Hey, I ain't never done this before, and I didn't get it off the way out. I didn't get it off the way out. Boom.
Dang.
And I tensed up so much because I was like, oh, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
And it was just...
Yeah.
Wasn't as bad as you thought.
Wasn't as bad as I thought. I got kicked in the face right after that.
So that's
But it
Probably
was
stung a little bit.
yeah. But no, it was the softest bump I've say I've taken, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Out of big bumps, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, a clothesline, a little short clothesline can hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Like, yeah, just a clothesline. If somebody really comes through with it the way they're supposed to, actually safe, but if they come through and they follow down and then depending on what part of the ring, yeah, that could hurt.
That you can still think about.
I was just gonna say, even his toe, he made it so hard.
I would say
Like over your, I want to ask this as well as your. How long have you been in the wrestling business? We didn't ask that. At first.
I've been in the wrestling business probably a little over 15 years.
So he done gave out a few receipts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to ask that. I was about to say, have you ever gave anybody a receipt?
Oh, I ain't gave a few receipts. Who hit me the hardest?
Out of all that time, who hit you the hardest?
Supermax is listening.
His chop. He definitely had the hardest chop. Hands down.
I've watched him, so I already know. I believe it.
Yeah, hardest chop. Somebody who rang. It's a few people who rang my bell. Brian Keith is one.
Okay,
I know.
Brian Keith in the side of the head. It was towards the end of the match, and he had hit me with something, and I came up on my knees, and next thing you know, I got kicked. I was like, "Oh, receipt."
No.
And I've yet to give it back to him. I've yet to give it back to him.
BK, man,
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Come look out.
It was safe.
Yeah.
But it was in there. It was in there.
It wasn't fun.
It was like, hey, wake up.
Right.
Wake up.
Hey, young man.
Either wake up or go to sleep. One of the two. Wake up or go to sleep. One of the two.
Man.
Besides him, oh shoot, man, I ain't got hit by it. It was this one guy named Brett Barnes.
Okay.
He hit pretty freaking hard. He was a power lifter or a state champion power lifter.
Okay.
He actually had made it up to WWE.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I heard the name before.
He was short, stocky, blonde hair. He worked at Reality of Wrestling for a while. It was PWA then.
Yeah.
He hit pretty hard. Man. It's a few other people.
Oh man. I guess speaking of your 15-year career, man, all the places that you worked outside of Reality of Wrestling.
Oh my gosh. I literally did a stint at TNA.
Okay.
I did some work at TNA for a while. They were trying to find a place to put me. So I did stuff. I did Suicide. I did stuff with the Pope.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did a few different things at TNA.
Okay. That's good, man.
That's a lot.
It was pretty cool. Vince Russo liked me.
Yeah.
Dang, Russo.
My favorite.
Hey, bro. Come on, bro. Let's go, bro.
He like Abel Andrew Jackson. Hey, I can't beat this.
Right?
Well, I ain't saying he liked me that much, but he liked me enough.
I know. Right.
Yeah.
He stood up. That's all. As long as he stood up.
I did a couple like little mini tours with WWE where we were doing stuff with Bradshaw, where we kept jumping CM Punk and Cena.
Oh, okay.
And Crime Time.
Oh,
Like it was just like
I remember that time frame. Man, how was that? How was that? Like not just with WWE, but with TNA as well. How was that? How was that time frame of working with them, and like what's the differences with both companies as far as like working goes?
It was fun. It was exciting, of course, because I was on the precipice of like signing a contract, and both of them were pulling at me, and I'm like, okay, well, just one of y'all just give it to me. You know what I mean? Just give it to me. I'm gonna sign. But with WWE, it was fun. It was exciting. It was very professional. Very hurry up and wait. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be on your toes and ready, but just wait. Okay. So you're
like
there all
notice.
Yeah, you're there all day.
Stay
and
ready.
then all of a sudden it's like, let's go. And you're like, okay, well, I didn't know. Y'all told us to wait. Y'all acting like we're supposed to know what we're doing. Yeah. They're like, oh yeah. This is that. Okay, well, chill. But no, it was really fun. It was really fun. Doing a lot of stuff. Like, you get told one thing by the agents.
Okay.
Hey, you're working with, our top guys. Protect them. Do this. Then you talk to the top guys and they're like, man, don't hold back, man. Don't hold back.
A lot of that happens.
You got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Well, now the agents are standing behind, like, Cena and all the other guys. Like,
telling you.
You've been listening to him.
You're right.
Don't listen to them. Okay.
Like, Cena and them, they're not holding back.
Yeah.
They're like coming straight in.
They want you to come at them like that.
Yeah. They're coming at you.
Yeah.
Right.
And
They expect the same.
they expect the same.
Yeah.
But then the agents are like,
You want to keep your
so
job?
the second thing is you do have to find the balance.
Right.
Okay.
Because if you don't find the balance, the worker will look at you like, he sucks. He's weak. You know what I mean? I want him to come and he was kind of weak. But if you do too much, the agent will be like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that guy no more because he don't listen.
Yeah.
So you have to find the right balance, and it's a little hard finding that actual balance in between.
Walking that wire.
Yeah.
So
Tightrope.
So TNA was more kind of
laid back.
laid back.
Yeah, okay.
Figured.
Way laid back.
This is off. More handles.
Yeah.
This is off. Absolutely.
To go back on that question, so how did you get that call to go to WWE or TNA, or how does that work?
So with WWE, and so it's funny. So with WWE, they did a online search.
Okay.
And they were picking 12 guys. I was one of the 12 they picked. And it was freaking crazy. So they picked 12 guys. Booker had just opened his school. I had just started, and I jumped in, and they had the tryout at his school. Mm-hmm. So I went there, I did the tryout, and that's why I still love Finley of today.
Yeah.
Because Finley, he just took a liking to me. Finley was like, hey man. He was like, can you do this for me? He seen me work just a little bit, doing some of the stuff. He was like, can you do this for me? And he had me working with different guys and all kinds of stuff. And I had no idea who Johnny Ace was. John Laurinaitis. I had no idea. Yeah. No idea. But I was taught by my dad, always be respectful, speak to everybody.
Absolutely.
And I walked up to, I was just introducing myself, and this was at the end. I had finally seen him towards the end. And I walked up to him at the very last second. I was like, I don't know who this guy is. He might be some person just walking off the street. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I just decided to walk up to him and say, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Nice to meet you. And he was like, hey, yeah, we like you. Would you like to go down to OVW? I was like, yeah. And that's how I went out there. I did this whole big tryout thing with them. I had met Al Snow and and Tommy Dreamer, and both of them had wanted to get both of them had wanted to get me hired. Tommy Dreamer and Al Snow, both of them wanted to get me hired. Tommy Dreamer was dealing with talent relations, but during the time, right in that middle time, he got let go while I was going through the whole process, and Simon Dean took over. Okay. He took over, and I had no idea who he didn't have no idea who I was. That kind of was
here to something from.
But because WWE was looking at me so much, they were flying me out, they were paying me to do all these different things. Hernandez was over at TNA. And he booked me at a show and he was like, hey man, TNA is looking for you. Terry Taylor had came out to see me.
Okay.
He had brought Terry Taylor out to see me and they offered me like a deal and Terry Taylor was like, hey, we want to bring you to TNA.
Sweet.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm ready to sign with whoever.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know, man. It was like both of them was just trying to see who was going to do with what.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
And all up in the midst of that, then Eddie Guerrero died and everything just hit, shut down. So I just got caught up in that whole
Bad.
And that time frame, that kind of
time frame.
unfortunate frame of time, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Then after that, I went back, I did some more work with them and everything. And it was just, you come in and, oh, we like you, we're going to bring you back. And then you come back in a month or 2 months, it's a whole new guy there.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this guy signed.
Yeah.
You know, you're good. We'll put you to the side and we'll bring you back, but I want to get my buddy signed.
Yeah.
And that it was just a bunch of that.
Okay.
Who you know?
I always wanted to ask that question. Like I was like, how do they get these opportunities, and how does their process work? How did they
You gotta know
travel?
somebody.
and
Know somebody.
All
Know
that stuff.
somebody.
One thing Tom Pritchard said, and he said it not too long ago either, and it's an unsaid rule, but people will tell you all day long, oh, it's not true. It's not true. You know what I mean? You know, Area 51 is just not true. No, but he said, if you don't know somebody, you can hang it up.
Yeah.
Even if you luck up and you get signed, if you don't know somebody, if you don't have somebody that like you, that's pulling for you, you'll get lost in the sauce. You have to have somebody that has some kind of position that's going to speak for you.
Okay.
So you got to make connections.
Would you say that's even truer nowadays?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have not been to AEW. I haven't done anything with AEW. I would love to go to AEW, but I've heard, and like I say, it's only he say, she say, I've only heard, but I hear it's once again, it's the buddy system.
Right.
All elite friends.
And,
friends,
you know, like I say, do I know for sure? No. But that's what I've heard.
Of Abel Andrew Jackson.
Quick disclaimer.
Being brought to you by the supporters.
Those words are not by Abel Andrew Jackson. Absolutely.
So you know, I've heard it's the buddy system. Like I said, it's true. I don't know. You know, WWE, the buddy system, and so many people have said that. You know, and I mean, you gotta think about it in regular jobs, regular life in society of the
Even
day.
other sports, same thing.
Yeah, you know, hey, get that guy a shot.
Yeah.
Hey, we like him. Give him a shot. Oh, that guy is a little bit better, but not it's my buddy. I can.
LeBron James and hey, you know what? Hey, give that guy over there a shot. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who they gonna listen to?
Tom Brady. Hey,
Yeah.
give that guy over there a shot real quick.
Right.
Man. Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm the face of the damn company in a sense.
Yeah.
You can't be mad. You know, I'm not mad.
It's the way it works.
It's the way the world works. You know what I mean? It's the same way in politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You know, look out for my buddy. You know, my buddy's gonna look out for me down the line.
Shout out to politics.
Politics.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man, I love the area of politics, man. Oh my gosh.
Politics, absolutely. Yeah.
Just to that scandal, that was just a scandal. Nothing ever happened. You know,
Absolutely.
nothing ever happened.
Absolutely.
Those photos were they were altered.
Okay.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 2022, man. You know, the Photoshops and all
that.
Yes,
all that.
internet and everything and the
Complete
Wi-Fi.
Internet's fake. Don't worry about it, guys. All right. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, okay, because I'm a very, very huge fan of Booker T. I got all kind of pictures when he was,
Aren't we all?
when he first started GI Bro, all kind of stuff. Like how was it when you first met him?
When I first met Booker, it was funny.
You know, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, man. I like
I seen him like at the tryout and everything, but when I actually met him, he was like pissed off about something. So, you know, I was gonna say, hey, you know, when I met Booker T, I was awe-inspiring. You know, he's one of my no. When I met him, he was pissed off about something, and he was jacked back then. You know what I mean? He was jacked back then. He was
like what 2000 and
like 10, 2000. You know what I mean? He was jacked. He was walking through throwing stuff, you know. So, but it was 2008, 2009, 10.
That's around the time I met him.
He was really cool though. Really cool.
He really was.
Really cool. But it was just funny though, when I met him, he was like pissed, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to shake his hand. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. And he actually was pissed about something, and he came over, he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, hey, good to meet you. Yeah, we'll talk about all that later. Yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah. You want me to put this over here? Yeah, I got that. I got that. I'm gonna move that whole thing for you. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. But no, it was really cool meeting Booker, man. Once we finally actually talked, a wealth of knowledge.
I can believe that.
Yeah,
man.
Wealth of
absolutely.
knowledge. I mean, if what he don't know, I don't think it's out there to be known. I mean, I mean everything. Nobody. And I've trained with a lot of people. Like I've been to the training camps with WWE, with TNA, New Japan, which is a whole new story, a whole nother story. I mean, Harley Race, all those guys are freaking amazing.
I would love to know those two.
Yeah.
I would love to know those
Oh my God! Yeah, all those guys are all amazing. Of course, I got to spend more time with Booker, so I can speak on Booker. That guy knows everything. And not only does he teach you how to perform in the ring, how to execute your wrestling moves, but also how to carry yourself backstage, which is more important because navigating backstage and in front of just the public period is so detrimental to your career. Being a wrestler has so many levels, so many layers to it. It's ridiculous. You know, when you're in the ring, you not only have to focus on doing your moves, hitting all your spots right, drop kicks, landing your punches right. You also have to connect with the fans, connect with the camera.
Yep. Protect your
opponent. You want to be like with me. What I was taught, you know, it's a lot, and I'm not gonna get on the spot junkies, but I was taught you beat the person up. You get out there, you lay it in safe. You know what I mean? You lay it in safe because you all want to work the next day. But you don't let nobody leave the arena without saying, yeah, I felt that. Or I heard that. Oh, yeah, was he really pissed at him? You know what I mean? Yeah, so when you clock somebody, but what I'm saying is that, so you have to do all these things in the ring. And then when you get out of the ring, you go on the back, you have to know how to navigate the haters, how to navigate the promoters, how to navigate the people who can help lift you up. You know what I mean? Without putting yourself in compromising positions that you don't want to sell your soul behind.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things you have to do, and then you got to know how to deal with the fans, because you may have one fan that's saying, "Oh, this is great." You got another fan saying, "Hey, man, is that really fake?" And you try not to slap him, and you know what I mean. You try not to pull a doctor. You know. So you have to know how to navigate all these different avenues in wrestling when it comes to, you know, like a little kid and you're a heel.
Yeah.
I've been there, man, and I'm a heel, And the cutest little kid is like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Shut your filthy, greasy mouth hole.
The best time I had as a heel, the best time was actually at Texas All-Star Wrestling. Not too long ago. In 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah, 2021. I worked this match. I was a heel. And a little kid came out. And the little kid came up to shake my hand. And I was working I'm working one of their faces, one of their good guys. And, you know, so I'm getting some boos, but then they're cheering me a little bit because they like my gear. They, you know, like some of the spots I did. So I'm getting a little cheers. I'm getting a little boos. And I threw him out the ring and I did something to him and I threw him back in the ring. The little kid ran up to me to shake my hand. He was probably about like that, maybe like 4 or 5, about 5. Something like that. And I looked at him and something said, "Don't do it."
But you had to stay in the character.
Something said Monica Lewinsky, and I was like, so I just bucked at him. You know what I mean?
Man.
So the little kid, and I guess it's the way I did it, and I yelled at him, and kind of threw my hand. Little kid just started boo-hooing. Literally, the whole crowd
Started booing.
rose up and just started booing me so much.
You got that heat. You got that heat.
No, it gets better. I had 3 guys jump up to fight me. Oh my God. Literally, the security had to run out and grab them because they jumped the barricades.
No shit.
And I'm up here saying, "Let them go." I'm eating it up. Yeah, I'm like, "Let them go."
You did your job.
Yeah.
You did.
Was that out there in Cyprus?
It
VFW?
was not that. When it was at the brewery, the beer house.
I've been to the Cyprus VFW. I've been to the VFW in Cyprus many times, and I've seen a lot of people try to get up and try to get bad.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you.
But no, it was like the brewery. I think it's out there in Conroe, the brewery.
Right. I haven't been out that far, but I can imagine.
And then, you know, it's in a beer plant. So, you know, everybody's.
That's where I was drinking.
So it was so, they were booing so much. To when I went in the back after the match, they were still like booing because I won. And I mean, of course. And I went in the back and they're like booing while I'm in the back. So I was like, man. And honestly, I feel bad because I kind of sold a little bit of my soul to it because I had to go back out and make it right because of social media today. I didn't want the company to suffer
For that.
because of today. You can't just have really good heel heat and somebody don't go online and start causing a problem. Like for me, I wouldn't have cared, but then I was like, I don't want to affect the company. So when I went back out, these guys were still like huffing and puffing. I mean, like wanting to fight me, and they was a little jacked up, probably juicing a little bit. So they were smelling themselves. And we get out here, and I'm going to do the meet and greet. And so I go do the meet and greet. I get just a couple people. That comes up, and it was like, they loved it, you know. But then on the way out, the little kid literally walks back up. I think his dad sent him back up. So he walks back up.
I smell a good ending coming to this.
Yeah, so he walks back up, and I'm like, oh man, do I stay in gimmick? Do I stay in character? Do I stay the heel?
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process. Or do I say, no, let me protect the company. So I shook the little guy's hand. And when I did that, because everybody was like, oh, you're like waiting. It got quiet. And I'm like, this is the most attention I've got.
Look at me for it.
I shook his hand. Everybody started cheering and all this stuff. And then the 3 guys that wanted to fight me, they came up and they wanted to shake my hand. And so they was like, shake their hand, shake their hand. And I was like, wow, I can really milk this. So I was milking it just a little bit. And the guy was like, come on, man, you're making me look like really weak. So I shook the first guy hand, I shook the second guy hand, and I went to shake the third guy hand, and I slapped his head off his head. I had to keep something.
Yes, sir.
I had to keep something.
Stay savage.
That was a great story right there. That was great.
That was good.
That's one of my favorite. I love that whole night.
Favorite ending was that one.
I think you're allowed that one every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Every once in a while.
You're allowed it.
So I noticed you work with a lot of greats. One of my favorites is Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yes.
That's how was it meeting with him and everything like that?
Man, it was really, really cool. We worked with him and Stevie Ray, and it was so funny how I wasn't in on the switch. Like, you know, Ernest turned
he turned
on Ryan and them.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't in on that.
Oh.
So they didn't tell me nothing. I guess it was like, we get better reaction that way. So we up here working and everything, and then when it turned, I just started smiling because I was like, wow, I seen it. I can see it coming. And I was like, oh, this is so freaking cool. But I didn't know. I wish they would have told me, but it probably wouldn't have been as cool if they would have told you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really cool working with him. We didn't talk a whole lot. I just kind of stood there while him and Stevie talked a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I talked to him a little bit. He gave me a little, some pearls of wisdom, but it was cool.
He didn't tell you that you got 3 seconds to get out the ring, and his hands and feet is registered.
He told that to the other guy. He told that to Ryan and them. But no, man. I got the pass on that because I was with Steve.
Okay, yeah. I like Stevie Ray, man. I really like him too. I know there's a MVP.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
I got a story about him, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got a story about him. I was working at a car dealership out there in Spring, and I look up, here come this Corvette. I'm like, okay, what's this in this Corvette? It was him.
Was it gold standard at that time?
No, not yet. He wasn't gold standard yet.
Post gold standard.
So he pulls up on a service drive, and I was a porter, so I would get their car, take it to the back. So he pulls up. I'm like, oh, crap, that's Shelton Benjamin. I'm going crazy up there. I'm going to coworkers like, calm down. Like, no, that's my favorite wrestler. They ain't calming down. Right. I was like, okay. So I seen him and stuff like that. He get out the car, and I'm like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, he's huge in person. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
I wanted to say, hey, so bad, but I'm still looking at him like this. So he getting out the car, he's like, looking here.
The head wrong with
the head wrong with him. I was like, damn, I missed my opportunity.
You got starstruck.
I was still looking as he walked away. I was like, oh man, I messed up, man. Oh man, he was my favorite wrestler at that time, man. Oh my goodness, I still like him though. That was pretty cool, man.
Shelton is a cool guy. I've been close friends with Shelton for years. I actually got to know him, Umaga, and MVP and Charlie Hoss.
Okay.
All around the same time.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
They so me and Shelton, we still talk all the time.
Yeah, I seen y'all train.
Yeah. I train with him a lot. Each time he got ready to go back to WWE, I would train with him. And I tried to shoot with him.
You tried to shoot yourself, man?
That didn't go too well. I know that.
Well, my hand was hurt, okay? So you see, literally, my hand was hurt. Okay. So that was the time he wanted to shoot with me, and I'm like, well, man, why you want to shoot when my hand is all messed up?
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew, man. And I told him, and he only would do that because I was putting them hands on him on Tekken. So if you want it again, you can get it because he can't handle me on Tekken.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he ain't got nothing for me, man.
Nothing.
The OG.
Well, who's your favorite? Who's your
OG?
Who's your Tekken guy? Who do you pick?
Oh man, I'm so good with all of them, man.
Come on now.
That sounds like
Tekken. All right, Tekken 7.
Thinking you're a King guy.
I like King, but I do not know how to do all the
Grappling.
The combos. I don't know how to do all the combos.
You know, his character was based off of Minoru Suzuki.
really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
if I had to pick one guy, I mean, dang, man.
Hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard.
If I had to pick one guy, probably Negan.
I knew you was gonna say that.
You know what I mean?
all right,
Man, probably, but I like literally. I'm versatile. I'm good with all.
There's
of
a lot of great characters in there.
I like the old man. I forgot his name.
Oh,
Leroy.
Leroy.
yeah.
Yes. yes.
Leroy Smith.
Leroy.
Now I'll tell you who
He
one
do
of
the
my go-to.
Wayne
my,
Chun.
my
Yes.
favorite guy. That don't mean I can beat everybody with him, but he's my favorite guy, and that's Brian.
Brian Fury.
Yeah, that's my
Brian was
favorite
cool.
guy.
He was real cool.
But one of my go-to guys, believe it or not, is Jax. Which is crazy. He's so strong. I know how to work Jax.
Okay.
If you know how to use
not
it,
playing
man.
with him.
Yeah, I mean, you see
I know how to work Jax. I remember we used to before I don't use Eddie, period, because it's like a cheat.
He's OP. He's
If I use
he's
Eddie,
super OP.
I'm gonna
He's
win.
super OP.
I'm gonna win if I use Eddie, so I don't
Yeah.
use Eddie.
It's kind of just, man.
Yeah, it's like a cheat using Eddie or Christy.
Yeah.
Christy. What you know?
We know you're talking about. Yeah, the other one that do
Montoya or
it.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like Negan, man.
Yeah.
I like Negan.
Nice,
So
nice.
one question I did have for you:
Okay,
who was your favorite person to work with?
my favorite person to work with.
Like you just like the chemistry is just magic.
Shoot. Well, if I had to pick a guy, it would have probably been Brett Barnes, but he don't wrestle no more, which was Brett Idol. Our chemistry was just like perfect, man.
Yeah.
And we had a good competitive
Yeah,
to one another.
That's always,
you know what I mean?
always.
It was so good and it was genuine because we were actual friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
all the time.
That friendly rivalry.
Yeah, and it wasn't douchey. It wasn't it wasn't none of that. It's like, oh yeah, I really like this. Yeah, oh man, you're my buddy, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Still gonna do what I
And it's
can.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people in the business that way. They smile with you. And everything is cool. They, yeah. But they get around the right people. Not everybody. But
Change
the
up,
right
man.
people,
Yeah.
it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him. I'm like, well, if you talking to me like this about him, that's supposedly your boy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say about me? And I'm not really your main boy.
Like that.
Yeah. So it's a lot of that. If I had to pick somebody that's working today,
Because your list is pretty long, so that's
Yeah.
that's why I had to go look through.
Working quite a few there.
I done worked so many people. I mean, I've had the easy people to work. Like working Shelton was easy. Because I ain't had
Not
to do
imagine that.
You know what I mean?
Smooth. Just
Working MVP, easy.
Yeah.
Working Devon Dudley,
Easy.
freaking easy. I
Yeah.
loved working Devon. I worked him at least 3-4 times.
Okay.
As Abel.
Okay. Oh, that's dope.
As Abel.
That's dope.
Freaking Rob Van Dam was easy.
The whole effing show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Kick to the face.
111.
Yeah.
If I had to pick somebody, Ryan Davidson keep popping up.
I was just about to say that, man. I was just about to ask you about him.
Y'all did have
You've
to
been-
do that. Y'all did have to
Ryan
do that.
Davidson keep
That was-
popping up. Mysterious Q.
Yeah, I like Mysterious Q.
I know Q, yeah.
I tell you, who I had really good chemistry with, man, and I only worked him one time, and that's what's his name from Fly Deaf?
You got Warren and you got Zach Zilla.
Zach. I only worked Zach one time, man, but that was a good match.
I saw that match recently.
You saw that match?
Yeah, I saw that match recently.
That was a good match. It was fun. It was real fun. I want to work Warren.
Yeah.
I want to work.
Hey, you know what's
Warren,
crazy?
man.
You know what's crazy? He's big in person too. I met him. He was like, "What's up?" I was like, "Oh, goodness."
There's two of you.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, I want to work Warren. I tell you who I really want to work, and that's Will Alday.
I like Will.
Yeah.
I like Will.
Me and Brian Keith, we done had some good matches, but I want to work Will. Me and Will have not. We've worked.
y'all have a great match.
4-way. I think I worked in a 4-way or something, but I would like to work Will just straight up.
What about Tempo? You like Tempo?
I like working Tempo. I've worked Tempo. Tempo's easy to work too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gino.
Yeah, Gino Medina. I like Gino.
Gino's
Gino.
good. And what I do like about these guys too is when it's time to turn up the heat.
Mm-hmm.
They know
Those
how to
guys turn up
transition.
the
They
heat.
can adjust.
And you don't like me, I like to hit. I don't, and if you know me, you're gonna get hit. So if you're gonna get mad about it and cry about it,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, I've literally been in a match with some people that literally got mad. We started fighting in the ring pretty much. I didn't know we were fighting.
Shoot.
Right hand to God, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they was just turning the heat back up. So I'm like, oh, okay, we just turning it up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like this one match, they literally came out and broke the match up. And I was like, okay, so I didn't know about this. But, you know, sometimes they do stuff in the match and they don't tell you. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know about this. So, okay, they breaking up the match. And so we all looking at each other, all heated and stuff. We get in the back. And I'm like, oh, man, that was cool. That was real cool. And the guys over there like looking at me crazy and hot. And I'm like, when did this happen? What's your problem, dude? I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
But, you know, some people, they don't want to get hit.
That makes sense.
And I like to chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you hit me hard, I'm going to be like, as long as it's safe,
Yeah.
you hit me hard, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, good. It's one of those kind of matches. I can let loose so we can go.
Yeah.
And some people, I want to stiff you, but I don't want you to stiff me back.
Nah.
I remember I had a couple guys do me that. They stiff me, and I give them a receipt, and they were like, oh, bro, what's wrong? Everything cool? What's up? I'm like, yeah, everything cool.
Your receipt, man.
Everything's fine now.
I thought we were just laying it in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man, no. I'm like, well, you did kind of lay it in. So.
Yeah.
I thought you were turning the favor. So
Yeah, you know.
So
Yeah.
And I do want to ask my last question. Your dream match, past, present, or future, whoever it is, your dream match.
Eddie Guerrero.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Viva la raza.
That's a good one.
Live cheat steel.
I like that.
I had a couple dream matches, but if I had to pick one, it would be Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy he was so good.
Yeah.
Fluent.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense.
Smooth,
Yeah.
man.
Oh my God. When y'all was talking about when they came over, when they crossed over, I remember looking, saying, how is he so fast? Eddie was so fast.
Yeah.
And so smooth. It was ridiculous.
And it's crazy how he was still fast and he put on the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He never missed a step.
Never.
And it stayed on cue every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
He was so good
Every
to
time,
where
all the time.
everybody still, all the Latin guys that are in WWE still are trying to emulate him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And to me,
100%.
one of the greatest still today, I look at Rey Mysterio right now and saying, how is he moving like that?
Man.
Ray,
It's amazing. It really is.
The Gamote. Like they say, the Gamote, the greatest mass wrestler of all time.
He is.
Yeah.
The greatest.
He is.
Greatest one.
He has not missed a step. I'm
No.
looking at him in the ring just last week, and I'm
Last
like,
night.
I'm like,
last night.
I'm like, how is he moving?
Still going.
I mean, his moves are like, boom,
Snap.
he explode, he
Quick
explode,
with
he
it.
explode.
With
And
all
his
the injuries
his son.
Yeah.
But I love Rey Mysterio.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That guy is freaking amazing.
And he actually appeared in reality wrestling.
Yeah, I had a poor groin
Oh.
the night he came, and he was trying to talk to me and ask me about my match. I was like, please don't watch it. I pulled so I was coming up with a new move that week, that Thursday.
You tried it.
Yeah, and I pulled my groin that Thursday, and I still wrestled that Saturday. But I was like, and I was telling him, please don't watch. He was like, oh, it's okay. He literally went in our little gorilla area and sit and watched everybody's match. Like
That's
when we walk up from through the steps,
Yeah.
he literally went behind the curtain and sit on the side and watched everybody.
That's
match.
respect. That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
That's
I was
so
blown
cool.
away.
Yeah.
that's dope.
Respect,
That's
and when you
That's
when
awesome.
you love what you do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just take in anything.
I don't have a lot of pictures with a lot of wrestlers, and I've met all of them.
Yeah.
But I got a picture with Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's cool.
I got a picture
that's
with
cool.
Rey
That's
Mysterio.
cool.
Man. It's only certain people I take pictures with, and there's no disrespect to none of them because all of them are amazing to me. But it's certain ones that
Oh yeah.
transcend time to me.
Absolutely.
And he's definitely
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I share a birthday with him too, so it's cool.
Nice.
Hey, I feel you on that, man.
He's dope, man.
I'll tell you one of the people who I met that was awe-inspiring to me. That was The Rock.
Ooh, I imagine.
The most electrifying man in sports entertainment today.
Believe it or not, one of the reasons I started watching wrestling again, because, I went through the phase of watching it as a kid. Then I
Drop off.
got introduced to girls.
Yeah.
And I fell off. You know what I mean? I found girls. And then I came home one day. My mom and dad would still watch wrestling on Friday nights. And I came home one day and The Rock was on. And he reminded me of this guy I work with. And this guy I work with was so arrogant, so cocky. I mean, I would say, hey, what's up? He was like, hey, what's up, champ? I said, oh, it's your world. I know this. He literally meant that.
Yeah.
He was so arrogant and so cocky till we became friends because it was funny to me.
Yeah.
It was, I couldn't believe a person could be that arrogant.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I could not believe it. And like he really believed everything he said. And when I saw The Rock was so cocky and arrogant. It reminded me of him. So it made me start watching wrestling again because I was like, oh, you remind me of this guy I work with. Oh, this is so funny. And I was like, wow, he's good. And that's what got me interested in the wrestling again.
That's awesome.
And when I met The Rock, I was with them on a tour, and we ended here. Oh, we began? I forgot. Whatever it was here. And The Rock had came in. So it was on a Raw. And all day long, I was trying to meet him. So, you go shake everybody's hands and all that. But I kept missing The Rock. Every little second, I kept missing him. I remember one time it was me and Shelton and Ric Flair. We were talking. And Ric Flair was talking, and I seen The Rock, and I wanted to go over, but I couldn't walk off because he was actually talking to me, telling me a story. And I was like,
Like that, absolutely.
Feeling a little antsy.
yeah. And then by the time he walked off, by the time he finished, I was like, crap. Yeah, what was she saying, Rick? And so just all day long. So at the end, even after Raw was over, The Rock did some kind of singing to the crowd. I was like, man, I feel like a freaking stalker now. So everybody gone. I was like, I'm finna go, man. And I say, I'll catch him next time. And his locker room was next to the extras locker room. So I went and got my stuff. I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated because I've literally spent all this time. Everybody else gone. Yeah. And I'm walking out, and a bunch of people come walking around the corner, and he come walking around the corner. And literally, he left the group and walked over to me and introduced himself.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Awesome.
I was in awe.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was as big as he was too. That guy's a freaking giant.
Yeah.
That guy's giant. But no, it was so cool, man. He literally walked away from them and walked over to me, introduced himself.
Got to be that big, at that level to just
still be as humble as that.
Man,
that's awesome.
Dope.
So I was like, wow. And that was like a highlight for me. of meeting like all the people that I've met, and the only person I haven't met is Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan. I think, but I met Hulk Hogan in TNA, I think it was. No, so I met everybody except for Stone Cold. Wow. But
that's amazing.
Meeting The Rock was like the highlight. And the only person, go ahead.
Was that when he was at like the apex of his career? Like basically,
Was that like Hollywood Rock?
No, that was Hollywood Rock. He had been done wrestling.
okay.
No, he had been done wrestling. He was just like coming back.
For him to come to you at that point, that's amazing.
That's what freaked me out
So,
because because he was walking with everybody, his people or whatever, and I was like, when I seen him, I was like, oh, he came walking around the corner. I was like, oh man, I can't. Within the time I was thinking of, I can't go over to him right now in front of all these people.
He was already approaching me.
Yeah.
That's
like
cool.
literally just that quick.
That's cool.
So yeah, he got super duper million cool points with me for that, man. It was freaking awesome. Only one person messed with me in WWE. And it was funny. Kane.
Really? Not Mary Jacobs.
So I know, right? So I met everybody. You know, you have to go through shaking. It's changed stuff today, but back then you had to shake everybody's hand, yada yada yada, all the good stuff. And I didn't get a chance to shake Kane's hand from check-in until like catering until whatever we were doing. So I didn't get a chance to shake his hand. So. And I was like, it was awkward times. You know what I mean? So I was like, crap, I didn't shake his hand. And then all of a sudden, I just see him staring at me. And like literally everywhere I go, he would just like turn and stare at me. And he was stretching and like staring at me. I was like, God damn. I was like, I gotta go over here and shake his hand. But what is he gonna do if I go over? Because I've seen like Randy Orton and other people do some like terrible stuff to people.
Oh, Randy was horrible.
Yeah.
If I'm imagining the time frame.
So I walks over to Kane and I'm walking over and he just stands up like he already know. And I'm like, oh, damn. It's like, man, I'm finna get heat because you know, I'm barely here. I just got here. Yeah, man. I'm like, I'm finna get heat. And I walk over there and I was like, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. And he was like, oh, hi, I'm such and such.
He's just giving you the rub.
And pretty much just kind of gave me a smile. And that was it.
Yeah.
No,
but he was like jugging at me the whole day.
He knew you were thinking.
Yeah, he knew I was sweating.
It
was fun though, man.
Play the mental games with you. Absolutely. I like that. I like that.
One of my next questions I wanted to ask was, so when you how was the talk about putting the belt on you in reality of wrestling? How did that go?
With when I beat Ryan?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Okay. So it was real funny. So, you know, it was whole election time and everything was going. And, you know, they had really pumped me up. You know, I'm the candidate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah.
You know,
you gotta vote, man.
I'm the face.
The face.
And we had worked the feud and everything, and then we got there and it was like, hold up, wait a minute. The face can't lose. It was like, we done bagged ourselves into a corner. I was like, well, hey. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know, I was like, of course I can. And I was like, I'm America.
Yeah.
America cannot lose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they was like, God damn. We done bagged ourselves. So they had no choice.
So they had to do an audible.
They had no choice.
Yeah.
And I was like, anything else would be stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, of course, you know, you play the politics. It's like, well, Booker, I know you're not stupid. So,
Yeah.
you know, you're a smart man. Booker's a very smart man. So Booker already knew the answer to it. You know what I mean? So it was fun, man.
Yeah.
It was so slippery out there. It was so slippery, man. It was so slippery out there, man. Oh my gosh, man. I couldn't do half of the stuff I wanted to do because it was so wet. I was like, we're the last match. Everybody sweated on top of all that. And then it was, I like wrestling outside, but I don't like that part of it. It's horrible. Yeah, you got to do it early. Or have one of those wet vacs to come out and get it up every freaking match. And that's not feasible. Yeah, that's not feasible.
See, I have to ask this. I have to ask it because the swing vote.
Yes.
The swing vote. How did it come about of you picking your finisher and stuff like that?
I sit back and thought about it for a long time, and I was like, what move do I want to do? And I remember them telling me at WWE, they said, you got to do a move that you can do to anybody.
Yeah.
They say, pick a move that you can do to anybody. Because I was doing the Falcon's Arrow.
Okay.
I was doing the Falcon's Arrow, and I was doing the T-Bone. So I was doing
the T-Bone suplex?
Yeah, the T-Bone suplex. And I modified it just a little bit. And it was like, do a move that you can do to anybody. So I was like a swinging neck breaker. And I was like, and swing vote.
Yeah, swing vote.
I was like, that's like the perfect thing.
That's perfect.
And I came up with the submission, and I basically just took the Walls of Jericho and called it the Wall.
And I like,
I wanted that heat.
Get that.
I wanted that heat.
That'll do it.
Jericho,
the Wall.
We'll leave that alone. That's another topic.
And that German suplex, that American Slam.
Oh, I love doing Germans, man. And I actually got that from Benoit.
Okay.
He would have been another dream match.
Yeah. Was he your favorite German suplex?
Yeah. Benoit was just.
That was everybody.
I mean,
it's hard. It's really, I understand it's really hard trying to separate the man from the wrestler.
Yeah.
But
it's really
I
hard.
mean, it's for his career, and that's all I know him from. I don't know him.
Yeah.
The other side, whatever. That's between him and God, and they dealing with all that right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, I wanted to work him.
Yeah.
And I saw him work Finley. And I became a big fan of Finley. When Finley, it was one match they were working. It was one of their first matches at WWE they were working. And I seen Finley, Chris Benoit was just trying to take it. And Finley was like, no. You know what I mean? And they literally just kind of went back and forth and fought in a corner until Benoit just gave in. And he's the first person I see to do Benoit that way. And I was like, oh, I like Finley. Finley rough.
Finley got respect.
I like Finley rough.
They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to fit Finley, man.
Yeah. Fit Finley, WCW, man.
That's legendary right there.
It is.
It's battles with William Regal and everything.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Oh yeah, that's too.
But man, I know we got to close out the hour, man. The first hour of the PLP, the Premium Live Podcast. Well, we want to thank Mr. Abel Andrew Jackson,
The face
of professional wrestling, man. We want to
Stand
thank you for
up.
coming out to the show today,
We get
man.
to stand up for
Thank you
greatness.
very
up
much,
for
man.
greatness.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you for the PWO, man. Greatly appreciate you for coming to the podcast and spending your time with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I mean, you guys, y'all showed me the red carpet. I can't wait to come back.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
you invited us.
I can't wait to come back.
Absolutely.
I'm so impressed by everything.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed by everything.
Appreciate that,
I mean, honestly, when I came in, I was blown away.
Oh, man.
I was blown away. I've done a lot of interviews. Some have been, on like, small and everything. And some have been on a bigger scale. You guys are freaking great, man. I was not expecting
appreciate
this.
that.
Y'all blew me away, man.
We appreciate
the garage.
I've done living rooms and, little kid running around, snot on the nose. And,
Put that down. Would you
Eating
put that
some
down? Come on
cereal.
now.
But no, we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Oh, no,
we
man.
can't wait to have you back on another episode.
I appreciate it, man.
appreciate
Thank
it,
you so much.
Right.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all have an awesome Awesome setup.
Oh, yeah.
PWO, I know it's going to take over the world. And I know you guys are going to get bigger, better.
Thank you.
Y'all definitely have my support.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes,
Definitely.
sir.
Oh, and what I was saying, the vote early, vote often, vote able is going to change. And this is the first time it's being announced.
Okay.
To-
We got exclusive.
Exclusive. To vote early,
Okay.
vote often, or else.
Or else.
Okay.
That sounds like a little hillish right there.
Or else.
I like where it's going.
Hey, yeah, you better vote for me before I whoop your ass.
Because we don't have time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this because I know we got to close out. And I'm not talking about you guys because we all here are leaders.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all here are leaders. But a lot of people are sheep and they need a shepherd. So either you follow your shepherd or else.
I like that.
Hey, let's clap that up, man.
One more for the good guys.
Stand up. Stand up for greatness, man.